Hello there. Got audio. It says I've got audio, so thank you for reaching out. Let me know that my first video did not have any audio with it. That is my own user error. Maybe somebody should say "Okay, boomer" to me. So, which I'm not. I maybe I act that way, but anyway, thank you for reaching out. Let me know. This is a makeup video. I want to let everybody know that I had a chance to read through a lot of the first couple of weeks here. Please look for your grades relatively soon. Professor Adams will be providing the grades this semester and will be also co-teaching this class with me. So we'll see you up here on Saturday, bright and early from 8 to 4 up at, the Enid campus. That address is 2929 East Randolph in Oklahoma. So campus will be open. Please come in the security door on the northeast side. So that's the door closest to the sign at 30th and Randolph Street here in Enid. And so it won't be any of the four doors. The primary doors of the campus should be locked. It should be the security door where it's just a couple. So hopefully you'll see the cars. And again, it's the northeast side close. You could see the fire department really easily if you park in that parking lot. So we'll see you then. My takeaway so far with what I've seen, I haven't read everything definitely this week. I haven't looked at any of the discussion board for this week. But looking at what you all have posted so far, I can tell there's this collective angst, this anxiety built around the live classes and demonstrating counseling or practice. Let's call it practicing. So I don't anticipate any of you to demonstrate counseling at this point. We'll go over this in a lot more detail. So you get an idea of Saturday. The first couple of hours are just going to be going over the course at this point and going over a lot of the small details, answering questions, getting to know what you're really expected to do. I would encourage you to really look over the first 3 or 4 weeks here and try to digest the material. I'll go into some more detail, pull out the really important information that's I'd say it's all relevant, but super relevant to us as we go into this weekend on Saturday. So I look forward to working with you all. I appreciate you all's anxiety about it. If you didn't have any anxiety, I'd say you didn't care. So the first step that is good that you have some butterflies. I remember my time as a student, and this is anxiety provoking, getting up in front of others and thinking, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to say that's wrong?" And what people do is they tend to get what's called in their head, where they're thinking about themselves and not thinking about the person that they're listening to. The biggest portion of this class is really, to me, trying to deeply understand your client. If you work to deeply understand your client without trying to solve their problems, just letting them be and accepting them, you're going to do fine. Now, there are things that we'll want to do that are going to feel a little contrived, that a lot of times feel unnatural. We are conditioned in our society to stay on a superficial level with people. Oftentimes, it's for a time thing where we just don't have time to sit down and talk with a person. And in today's society, people are oftentimes on their phone too, where it's really short circuits what we do as humans to connect with one another. Thinking about like research on newborns and their mothers, there's things that we have called mirror neurons in our minds, wired into us genetically, where if somebody smiles at us, our first instinct is to smile back, and those neurons that cause the smile in our own brains fire when somebody else smiles at us, or that eye-to-eye gaze. So these mirror neurons are important. It's almost like we're wired for empathy, and that's really what we're looking for is, can you show empathy? And yeah, we'll go over that in a lot more detail. I don't want to go over ad nauseum right now. What I'd encourage you to do is to be okay with being uncomfortable, be okay with making mistakes, be okay with being nervous, and just know that we're all in this together. The best sessions I've seen from this class is when people can block out the distractions, stay really focused on their client. and show that they're listening. And so there are some things that we can do to do that. We'll talk more in detail. This video isn't for that. It's just to check in. So please know you're all in the same boat. What I've read through is there is this collective anxiety amongst you about performing, and I'm encouraged by that because that shows me that you care. Be open to feedback. Be open to the critical, both good and bad. So critique. That's what I mean. And please know it's constructive critical. It's not meant to bring anybody down. It's not personal. So, gang, I look forward to seeing you. Please take a few deep breaths, before you start, before it'll be okay. It is anxiety provoking. So I have some snacks up here. We'll try to take it easy the first couple hours. Everybody will go like 10 or 15 minutes. You're not expected to go a super long time with people. The next two classes, so you get a kind of an idea of what this looks like. And the next two classes, on the other Sundays that we meet, you'll be going into more depth. So we are meeting on this Saturday. We are meeting on the 8th. Please reach out to me or Professor Adams if you have any questions. But otherwise, I'll look to see you then. If you haven't done a discussion board with everybody, I would encourage you to make sure you're hitting those rubrics for the discussion boards. We don't have too many. So anyway, take care. I will see you soon.